Hey guys, happy Friday. Well, that's if you're watching it on the day that it's released. Happy Friday. It's May 27th and it's a gorgeous day here. And I need to make some cards. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world, and I felt that I wanted to make some cards for our teens, just to encourage them and always let them know that they have someone to turn to if they're feeling some kind of way. So that's what we're making today. We're not gonna get so into it. I bought these from Joann's, and I had made a haul video on them, a small haul video, a realistic haul video. Not, we can't afford to be buying so many things all at once. Even though your heart wants to buy everything, your mind has to stay focused, and there's other things that you need to do aside from buying craft supplies. So this is one of the pages that I want to use today, and that's because I have these dies from Crafter's Companion, and the roses are exactly the same, so I wanted to use this one for that. So that's that'll be one of our cards. And then let's see, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna choose stuff, and then I'll pause and get dies and stamps and stuff that I feel works with it, so I don't have you waiting so long for me to start the project. I think it's best we do it that way. We're going to do this one. And then I'm choosing these because they're very pretty. They make me smile, so you figure, oh, I have a baby that I could send this one to. Snuggle time, or oh, you gonna love it. So we're gonna do that one. And then, okay, let's move to our other paper pack. No, not this book. Oh, that was bright. So we're choosing one more card. Let's see. Okay, let's try our last book. Please forgive the sniffles. I'm having some allergy issues today. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, let's use that one. Well, maybe, let me see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to this one because I don't have any more of the rose gold foil paper. So I really don't want to pull that in unless I can do things to match it. Even though I could do like a shiny pearl color white on these. No, we'll just stick to that. Okay. So we have our papers. I know I'm going to use these dies with this one. Let's see what else we could use. No, I really wouldn't use these. Okay, so I'm gonna pause you guys. I'm gonna choose some things, and then we're gonna come back and create our cards. We're gonna keep it simple, and hopefully we'll get these done in no time. Okay, I'll be right back. Well, I'm happy I put you guys on pause because that took a whole lot longer than I expected. But we have everything sorted out. We have the dies that we're going to use along with some sentiments. And I think I have all the sentiments. If I don't, I'll fix it. And we're going to start off with the simplest card because I already have this cut out from when I was testing dies. I already had this words, can't figure out the words. Well, anyway, I had this cut out already, and all we have to do now is cut where our sentiment will go, which I'm thinking we're gonna do it landscape, just so this could fit. And then I have a dragonfly we're gonna add to it. So I think that's gonna look pretty. It's a simple card. Again, I'm just trying to get all of these done quickly. I think our kids nowadays need to know that. I think adults assume that children know that, you know, you've got their back, that they can talk to you, that you're there for them. We have this misconception that they should just know that family is going to be there, but that's not the case. I mean, kids need to hear these words and know that their family is there and present. So I'm trying to make it a point to change who I am, just to make their lives a little better, and to know that their aunt is always here. Like, I'm not going anywhere, so it's important to me, and I think it's going to be important to them. And I think with all the stuff that's going on, we need to reassure our kids that we're there. Well, anyway, this is not what it's about. Let's just make the cards, right? Okay, so we're gonna do something like this. I don't know if we want it on this side or on the other side. We'll figure that out. But so far, I think that's pretty. We can always also push it to the side and maybe make some kind of ribbon that goes across. The only thing I don't have is any more of this specific color, so I think we're just gonna keep it in the middle, and we'll be able to use our dragonfly, even though we can always put, oh, I don't know, we'll see. Let's just start with this. Okay, so we're gonna stamp out our sentiment first, and then we'll cut it out and we'll see what we do. We'll make the card bases. I might do the 4 card bases offline so we don't take up a lot of time. It's just a 7x10 piece of cardstock that, you know, you score it in half, and that makes your 5x7 card. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna pull out my stamping platform and ink, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have everything scored and ready to go, and then we're just gonna see how we're gonna place everything. I'm gonna have to trim this down just a little bit more, just because it's 5x7, and I just want it. I always like to leave a little bit of white frame around it, so we're gonna trim it down. But I think we're just gonna go ahead and do this like this. So we're gonna stamp our sentiment first. We're gonna cut it out, and then we're gonna start assembling that card, and we'll have our first one done, which is excellent. Okay, so I'm using my Tim Holtz platform. I'm using the small one. Sorry for that noise. Okay, I always use tape to hold down my paper, because the magnets that come with this platform, I don't know, it adds more height, and then I struggle more to stamp, so I just use some removable tape, and it works fine. Okay, so we're gonna figure out where we're gonna want that, and we're gonna bring out our ink. You can ink it up in any color you want, but I'm gonna use the Versa Fine Black Onyx, just because I want a nice dark and crisp sentiment. So that's my go-to. So we're going to ink this up. And I'm pleased to say that we got it on the first try. Ooh, that's a miracle. So let's see if we could stamp a couple of these other ones also. Maybe this one. And just leave enough space to use our dies. Okay. Remove that one. And let's stamp this guy up. And we're going to stamp it one more time. You can emboss these if you want. I'm not. I went back and embossed the one I did yesterday and it looks beautiful, but that's taking a lot of time that I don't want to use right now. I'd rather get all of them done, and I think they look just as pretty just with the solid black. So I have that. And then we could come back later and stamp the 2 remaining ones, because we're gonna need a bigger space for those. So we'll just put our platform to the side right now, and let's get these guys cut out. So let me move my tape closer. We're gonna tape this one down. And this one as well. Okay. And then we're going to run it through our die cutting machine. I'm using the Gemini Junior again. This time I'm not using the metal shim because these are pretty simple cuts, so it should cut fine. All right, let's run it through. And we have our first 2 cuts. Alrighty. Let's move this to the side, and we'll bring this guy back up here. Now, as I said, I want to trim this down just a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take off just a little bit. About 1/8 of an inch, or a little bit more than 1/8 on each side. And then we should be good to go. That's perfect. Okay. So now we have to decide if we're going to put this flat on here, or are we going to add dimensionals? Now, we've had this issue with dimensionals before. They look beautiful, but it's going to make you pay more when you try to ship this thing out. So you have to decide if you don't mind paying the extra postage, or you're just going to keep it like this. I'm going to keep it like this. I don't want to pay extra postage. I am going to see though if I have one more oval die that would fit this. Let me see. I'm going to put you guys on hold for a second. Okay, I checked. I don't have another die that would fit, so I'm just going to go ahead and just glue all this down, and we'll be done with our first card. Again, I just wanted these to be simple and just straight to the point, just to let these kids know that I'm thinking of them, that I love them and give them a little bit of encouragement. And that's where we're at. Now I'm doing my first set today. I know there's a lot more kids that I won't be able to get to today, but I'll always come back and do some more. And if they're simple enough, then I'll probably do some offline and just get them out. Seems like our card was a little off, but I could fix that later. Not a big deal. And now we're going to glue this guy down. I'm going to add the majority of my ink to the middle and then just add some dabs here and there just to hold the whole thing down. And we're just going to dab, dab, dab. For these cards, I mean, it's best to use these paper packs. I mean, you get them at a good price, so you can get a lot of cards out of it. I'm going to put this to the side. I don't want it in the center like I originally thought. And don't be afraid to change your mind about things. Like, you don't have to follow any kind of rule. You just got to do what feels good to you and what gives you the outcome that you prefer, right? So we're gonna add this little guy. I'm gonna lift it a little bit just to make sure I get it in the right place, because I am known for putting sentiments on for crooked. So I think that's good. And then we're gonna add our dragonfly. And I want the dragonfly just a little bit on it. When I ran it through the die cutting machine, I don't know what that is, but I want to cover it. So we're going to put that little guy right there, and then we'll be done with our first card. It's simple, pretty, and it's just getting the message across, not so much of a major design or anything like that. It's just for the message. Okay, so that's our first card. Pretty, straight to the point. And now we're gonna run to our second one. I'm gonna get the paper cut down. And I think we're going to do this one next. This one's gonna use this sentiment. And I think I'm gonna cut the heart behind it in like a green. Normally you'd be like, oh, if it's for a girl, then pink. It doesn't have to be so. And we're just gonna find a piece of cardstock that I can use. I think this one would be cool, just to add a little bit of shimmer to the background, maybe, or maybe change your mind. This is how we troubleshoot things, right? Maybe add this one and then add that. I think we're going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut a piece of this, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so we have it cut out. We cut it out a little bit shy of 5.5 by 7, and that should fit pretty good. And then I cut out the green heart, and we're gonna see where we want to place this guy. Maybe if we put both of them, we'll see better. It's kind of cool that it has the same sentiment on the paper. So I think something like that, it's cute. And then I can write a little message inside. So we're gonna glue these down. Let's glue this guy down to our heart, and then we can come back and add gems or I don't know, some sparkle. Not so much to this one because this is for a younger child and you don't want to put anything that could come off and become a choking hazard, so we won't do that. But we're gonna add this cardstock. And I just want to show you that with these paper packs, I mean, just the sentiment, you can make a pretty neat card. And they're quick and easy. So that's always good. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to glue this guy down. Maybe about there. You want to keep something intact. It would have been cute if I would have moved it over more, and then I could have done this, but it's not going to be really centered, or is it? Let me see. Actually, I think that would work. So it looks like the balloon is your sentiment. So yeah, let's do that. I think that's going to look good. Okay, let's angle this so we could see. And no, move it a little bit. It's still a little more this way. We can always add another little heart there. So I think we're going to do that and maybe make that one in pink. So we could bring in that pink tone. Let me get my heart dies. Okay, let's run this one through. You know what? I'm going to also run a smaller one in case I'd rather have a smaller one. So kill two birds with one stone. Okay. Let's put this guy over here. And then we'll run them through. Okay, so let's see. See, we can add that, and that brings that clears up that space that was separate. Or do we want a smaller one? I think we're gonna go with the bigger one and just angle it a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Very cute card. And it looks more like for a young child, so I'm happy with that. We can always come back and make either a white and green or green center and add it to it. Let's try it. Got a little piece. And I think we're gonna do it. I think it looks adorable. But I think for this, we're gonna add some double-sided tape, because you guys know that a lot of times with with foil sheets, when you add wet glue, you could see the wet glue on the other side. And we don't want to see that. So let's just add this as a sticker. There's a little adhesive is showing there, but I'll go back on my adhesive eraser and remove that. And I think we're good. I think we're done. So that's 2 cards done. That's fantastic. Now let's move on to our 3rd card. Let's try this one. So again, I'm gonna pause you guys, and I'm going to cut this at a little bit shy of 8.5 by 7, and then I'm going to also cut these guys out just so I don't have you waiting so long. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I originally cut this one out, but I don't think I'm feeling that. So I went ahead and I cut out a circle die, and then we're going to cut our sentiment out of white, and then maybe make some of these flowers that kind of match. And the original leaf, one of the leaves is this, but I don't think that goes well. So I found this one, or even I think this leaf will go better. So maybe we could cut this out of a pink and then add some green leaves just to match that, and I think we'll be good. Okay, so let's start off with stamping out our sentiment and cutting it out. Again, we're going to use our platform. Let's remove this stamp, and then we're going to bring in some cardstock. Let's see. Okay. We're going to reuse our tape just so it doesn't move, and then we're just going to stamp this guy out, and we might stamp this one out at the same time. Just probably stamp them side by side. Actually, we're going to do it one at a time because this stamp platform does better when you do one at a time. So let's just get it done that way. So we're going to stamp out the "you are enough" because nowadays, you know, kids need to hear these things. Stamp it twice just to get a nice deep impression, which that's good. Maybe a little bit more. And that's enough for that one because we just moved the paper. And now we're going to stamp this one out. Let's make sure our paper doesn't move. Okay. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Just a little bit more. These are acrylic stamps, so I'm trying to be really careful not to squish them too much. A little bit more on the B. Almost. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like that. I don't want to squish it out too much. Okay, so let's cut these out. We're probably gonna do them one at a time, maybe, maybe not. This to the side. Let's bring in our circle. And tape that down. And then we're going to bring in one of our squares for that one. Maybe we'll one up it. Yeah, I like that better. And for those of you who think that kids won't appreciate it, let me tell you something. I have gotten a better response from sending a child a card than most adults. So kids love to hear that you're thinking about them. They love to see kind words. It fills their hearts. So yeah, it's worth it. Sometimes you can send an adult a card, they won't even call you back to let you know they received it. But a child, I've always gotten feedback from a child. And it's special. So we're gonna put that one there. We'll put this one to the side. And then we have to see if we want to add those flowers to it. So let's get some paper, maybe some pink. Let's cut that out. And then we'll see what flowers we're gonna add. Do we want to use a big one? I don't think so. I think we're gonna go with the small one. And then maybe just add some leaves. Okay, so then our green. Do we want to use this green or do we want to use just the pastel color? I think we're going to use pastel. So I'm going to put you guys on pause again. Yes, I know. But let me get some paper. Okay, so I'm back. A lot of things have changed since I decided. I cut out a bunch of circles and I was going to do that. But then I wasn't sure, maybe add some of these things. But then I had this and I figured, let me see how that will look. And then maybe we can add this to it. And I think that looks pretty too. So, but I don't know. Sometimes, this is a hard one. So do I do this? Or this? And the thing is that since this is a simple, this is like a more modern type of card, I'm thinking maybe that will look better. You know, we're just gonna go with that. Okay, so we're gonna glue all these together. And then we're gonna put this one on top. And then we're gonna put in there, maybe add some leaves. I'm not gonna do the flower because it kind of looked weird. I didn't like the way it looked. Okay, so let's glue this down. We're gonna have to trim this down just a little bit more. And it should work out fine. Oh, by the way, I received some happy mail. My aunt is also a card maker and she made me such a pretty card. Look how cute it is. She went ahead and got one of the CC design stamps. That's awesome. So I received it while I was looking for this stuff and it made my day. It made me super duper happy. I absolutely love receiving cards. Especially those handmade ones. It's like receiving somebody's art. I was super stoked. And then let's add this one here. Yep, we're good. Let's just add some glue. And again, I'm just trying to make these simple. I keep repeating that, I know, but if you catch this video halfway through, at least you know what the concept is. It wasn't meant to be any fancy card. It's just telling someone you're thinking about them, that's all. Without complicating it. Seems to me that this paper is a little bit crooked, but I could trim that down. No biggie. And then we're gonna add our sentiment. Add some glue. Make sure it stays. And I think with these cards, it's like less is more, right? I mean, it looks just so pretty without all that other stuff. But if you want, you could go ahead and add some of these leaves to it. It kind of cradles the sentiment. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. And I did that totally off frame, but okay, we'll do the next one. Out of frame. Don't worry about the extra glue. You can always come back with a adhesive remover and remove that. So we're gonna do this side. And I think we're done with this one. We can add some gems to it later when everything dries. I will trim this down later, make sure it's nice and even, because I have some OCD and that would drive me crazy. So we have our third card done. One more to go and then we're done. So let's bring out our paper, which is this one. And our sentiment, where did it go? It's right here. We're going to use this sentiment with it. And then I was thinking maybe just adding a little more, some white clouds and stuff. I'm going to pull out a gray paper to make the background for this guy, and then maybe make some more white clouds that we can add to it, right? I think that will look super cute. All right, so we're going to cut the paper. We're going to cut this out of white. We're going to cut out a darker gray for our layering piece, and then we'll come back and get this card done, and then we are finished. We got our 4 cards done, and we're gonna have 4 happy kids, and then we'll work on the rest. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the paper cut out and I already glued it down, so that's done. And now we're gonna add our little sentiment, which we're gonna put here, because I don't want to cover that cute cloud. And then we can add some clouds. Maybe put one there, and we'll add shimmer to it later. We can also make this a little wonky. We'll see. Okay, let's get this glued down. Let's see how we want it first. I kind of like it like that, so I can bring this down a little bit. You still get the image of the little cloud, but you don't have to put your sentiment all the way to the side. So we're gonna go ahead and do that like that. So let's do that. And then the trick of this is not focusing on the gray part of it, more focusing on the way the sentiment lines up. So if you get the sentiment straight the way you want it, then everything else should be good to go. So something like that. Okay. And we still have our little guy showing there, which I wanted. And we can add the clouds, or we don't have to. But I think I want to, but I think I want a lighter tone of gray. Maybe using, let me see if our dye fits onto this somewhere. Let's see. No, I don't think it will. Nope, but we can always ink it. Yeah, let's try that. Just very lightly, just to give it a little bit of, separate it a little bit from the white of the sentiment. I think that would work well. So then when we put it, you can actually see it. Okay. Might do that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling the cloud. I think we're just going to leave it like that. I think it looks very cute. So we have our 4 cards done. I have a huge mess because when you're troubleshooting things in your mind, complicates it. So these are my 4 cards of encouragement for some of our youth, and I hope they love it. I mean, simple but straight to the point, right? I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you're in the States, then I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend, and I'll catch you soon. All right, bye.